when hell was in session, starring Hal Holbrook and Eva Marie Saint.
Rainbow flight, Rainbow leader, target at 7 o'clock. Rainbow leader rolling in. 9,000. 8,000. 7,000. 6,000. Gentlemen, is Denton.
I am.
Hi, I'm Captain Brown. Want a moment?
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
Thank you.
I'll get her for you. Mom, there's a Captain Brown. He says he wants to speak to you.
Would you ask him to please wait a minute, Bill?
He says it's important. It's about Dad.
Would you stay with Mary Beth, Bill? I'll be right back. I'll be right back, honey. Yes?
He's alive.
Đứng dậy nào, theo tôi. Đứng dậy nào, theo tôi.
I can't stand. I banged up my leg. My leg, I can't stand. Wait, ah! Ah! Oh! God! Ah! Ah!
Đi nào, vâng ạ.
You might only know how really good band roll-on is if you try something else. I found out the week we went to the beach to visit my parents. I brought my suntan lotion, but forgot my band roll-on. Mom lent me her secret aerosol, so I used it instead. But it didn't keep me as dry as band roll-on. I'm told band roll-on keeps you drier than any leading spray, and I believe it.
Ban Roll-On. If you're using any leading spray, find out for yourself how effective Ban Roll-On is.
Anywhere you need a light, stick a bright stick.
Only from GE.
Like over a workbench.
Under a cabinet.
In an attic.
GE's Bright Stick is the lightweight, plug-in fluorescent that comes complete.
And installs in minutes. Almost anywhere you have a dark spot.
Like in a sewing room.
Over a desk.
A laundry room, anywhere you need a light.
Stick a bright stick.
Only from GE.
GE, we bring good things to life.
As an energy-hungry nation, we're a little soft around the middle. With only 6% of the world's population, we consume more than 30% of the world's energy. Yet there are ways we can trim down. For instance, if all drivers cut back their gasoline consumption by just 5%, we could curb our energy appetite by over 5.5 billion gallons each year. For a leaner, healthier America, Atlantic Richfield believes it's time we all went on an energy diet.
Can put the wash on the line, feed the kids, get dressed, pass out the kisses, and get to work by 5 and 9. 'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
Give her Anjali, the 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman.
I can bring home the bacon, Anjali. Fry it up in a pan, Anjali. And never, never, never let you forget you're a man. 'Cause I'm a woman.
Anjali, the 8-hour perfume for your 24-hour woman.
Independence is right here in the Gulf of Tonkin, about 100 miles off the coast of North Vietnam. Now, Commander Denton was leading the flight for here, the Tan Hoa Bridge. After he was hit, he parachuted into the Ma River, which runs right along.
Up to the president's speech, Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara just...
Don't get your hopes too high, Mrs. Denton.
But you said there would be news of Jerry.
Well, we're not certain. There was an unconfirmed report from Geneva that information and pictures would be transmitted in time for the evening news, but we're just not sure, that's all.
Well, I think it's coming up.
And earlier today, we were promised photos a little closer to home.
This could be it.
Photos issued by the North Vietnam News Agency purportedly showing 2 captured United States Navy flyers shot down during an air attack on the Tan Hoa Bridge near the port city of Haiphong. Now, we have just received those pictures. The 2 officers were identified.
Is that Jerry?
Doesn't even look like him.
Denton,
He looks terrible.
and J.G. William Schutte. The Department of the Navy declined to release any further information about the 2 officers, saying that it might be harmful or it might be used against a captured flight.
What have they done to him?
We're going to have pictures for you sent back by the Mariner 4 space.
What will they do to him?
We don't know. We're trying to get people into the camps now. Red Cross, Amnesty. Get them in.
Your father will be home. And soon. I don't want any of you to ever doubt that. All right?
On your feet. Here to see the officers.
I can't stand.
Wait up!
Can't use my leg. Don't you see? I can't stand.
Lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Try to side. What is your name?
Jeremiah Denton, Jr.
Your birth date, rank, service number?
15 July 1924. Commander 485087.
What kind of plane were you flying? What kind of plane were you flying? What kind of plane were you flying?
Jeremiah Denton, 15
You are
July
being very foolish,
1924.
Denton.
Commander.
You realize what would happen if we turned you over to the civilians? It would certainly punish you. And if that punishment results in your losing an arm or leg, they would dispose of you. They would not want to send home a cripple.
You're threatening me, aren't you? And that's in direct violation of the Geneva Convention.
Denton, you must cooperate with us. Do you understand? What is your home base? The name of your carrier?
Jeremiah Denton, 15 July, 1920.
We know you were flying an A-6 Intruder. A minute.
It's late, but I have to talk to you. I'm Nancy Judy, Bill's wife.
You watched the news tonight?
4 times. Every station.
So did I. I've wanted so much to meet you. We should have been friends before this. Boy, what a terrible way for us to meet.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I've wondered what would happen if Jerry were shot down. We all have. But I always thought if he were, he'd be killed. I never thought about him being a prisoner.
But they're alive. That's the main thing.
What? I was thinking about Jerry. What a terrible prisoner he'll make.
He's not going to be there that long. And neither is Bill. They exchange prisoners all the time, don't they? Of course they do, and this isn't even a war. I bet you they'll be home for Christmas. I know they will.
Hello. Who are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Who are you?
Major Frank Perrin, U.S. Air Force. Who are you?
Jeremiah Denton, Commander, Navy. How long you been a prisoner, Frank?
I don't know. Must be months. Ejected out of an F-105.
Frank, you're the first one I've been able to talk to. Frank?
Just keep it real low. This talk we're having is forbidden. Any communication between prisoners, and you get punished real bad. I'm in bad shape. Nothing to eat. And I don't remember how long I've been in irons, but it must be weeks.
In irons? Why?
I think it was because I was impolite. At one of their quizzes, I wouldn't answer their questions. And I spilled a cup of tea all over the table. I haven't had anything to eat since.
But they have to feed you.
The thing you have to know around here more than anything else, Jerry, is they don't have to do anything.
Quiet! Be quiet! No talk! No talk!
This is Frank. Send Morse. It's safer.
How many POWs this camp?
Don't know.
Who is senior officer?
Who's sending lousy code?
Commander Jeremiah Denton. Identify.
Lieutenant James Norton, Air Force.
Lieutenant J.G. William Granger.
Welcome aboard. Are you all familiar? Code of conduct?
Yes, sir.
Communication and code of conduct, they will see us through.
Yeah, sure. If you say so.
Mrs. Denton?
Yes.
I'm Lieutenant Hadley. I talked to you yesterday from Washington.
Yes, come on in. This is Mary Beth. Come on in, sit down.
Thank you.
Sit there for a while. Sit down.
Mrs. Denton, as I explained to you yesterday on the phone, there's some things we need to go over. First of all, I'd like to get some details on your mortgage.
Our mortgage?
Yes, I was told you own this house.
Yes, that's right.
Mrs. Denton, I hate to even ask, but I just want to help. I need to know what your interest rate is, what your monthly payments are, the monthly payments on your car, and anything else.
Anything that my husband would normally take care of?
Yes, I'm afraid that's right.
Why? It's the Navy Department taking care of its own, isn't it? I was hoping and praying that Jerry was going to come home by Christmas. And now you're telling me he isn't. When is he coming home?
I don't know. No one knows.
And that's the truth, isn't it? No one really does know. But one thing you do know, you and the Navy Department and the people in Washington, it's going to be a lot longer than any of us ever dreamed it would be, isn't it?
I'm a mileage nut. I checked all the figures, and I got a Ford Fairmont. Yeah, 4-cylinder mileage is even higher than last year's. And do they have a 6-cylinder? With standard 4-speed transmission, no 6, foreign or domestic, beats Fairmont's estimated MPG. Datsun's 4-speed doesn't beat it. Toyota doesn't beat it. Citation, the GMX cars don't beat it.
Harold!
Aren't you glad you bought a Fairmont?
You bet your gas can.
The right idea for today.
Brand new from Paris. I wouldn't exactly wear it to the supermarket. For the same money, get a whole wardrobe of wonderful things and still have enough for a year's supply of no-nonsense pantyhose. That's smart shopping. No-nonsense are sheer, they fit well, they're cool, because the cotton line panel is ventilated. They fit you and they fit the way you live, because you get no-nonsense fit, no-nonsense comfort, and you get it at a no-nonsense price.
Mine does more.
Mine does more.
My side of the medicine chest has a lot of things for a cold that can relieve nasal and sinus congestion, sneezing, aches, pains, fever.
Well, my side does more because I've got Comtrax, multi-symptom cold reliever. Comtrax even relieves your cough. So all by itself, it gives more kinds of relief than Dristan or Contac or Bayer. For your miserable combination of all these symptoms, this is better. Comtrax in tablets, liquid, and now capsules. My skin was so dry that I agreed to try Dove for 7 days. Dove really works for me. My skin is softer, less dry.
I used Dove for just 7 days. My skin felt clean without the dryness.
We asked women across America to give up ordinary soap and take the Dove 7-day test.
I just tried Dove for 7 days, and I could really notice a difference.
Dove is 1/4 moisturizing cream.
I can tell because even my makeup goes on better. I should have been using Dove all along.
For softer, smoother skin, try the Dove 7-day test.
NBC Theater will return following these messages. Lobo turns strippers into cheerleaders.
Fernando, Pussycats!
And kicks off some wacky action. In the wildest football game you've ever seen on the misadventures of Sheriff Lobo. Then Ron Howard and Cindy Williams in American Graffiti, a night of comedy, Tuesday on NBC.
Monsieur, may I take your order, please?
Madame, Monsieur, may I take your order, please?
Way, this is my table.
But I saw them first.
What would you like to start?
The escargot is lovely.
Oh, go sit on the pastry tray. This is my table.
The escargot for two. Why don't you fold napkins?
It's easy to spot Diners Club members. Last year, they spent over $150 million on fine food and wine.
Madame, Monsieur, may I take your order, please?
A Diners Club member. If you want to be one, call 800-525-7000.
Mayor Byrne wants O'Hare parking ripoff stopped. The story on News Center 5.
When Hell Was in Session continues, starring Hal Holbrook and Eva Marie Saint.
You're a great problem to us, Denton. We have superiors just as you once had.
Still have.
And they expect us to achieve certain results.
You see, Denton, you have a very bad attitude. And besides, you are not being polite.
You're not supposed to communicate, and yet you do. It is so. Communicating is punishable, Denton.
Be polite, Denton. That is all we ask of you. After all, I'm a civilized man. Before the war, I was a professor of history and literature. Vietnamese literature. We are a civilized people. And all you must do is have a proper attitude and be polite.
Cooperate with us, Denton. The prisoners who have a good attitude get warm clothes and very good food.
Denton, this is not enjoyment for any of us. If you cooperate, you will be back in your cell with extra rations.
How long does it take to train one of your army divisions?
Answer the question. How long does it take to train one of your army divisions?
I'm in the Navy. That is nice. You're talking to us. That is polite. Now, how long does it take to train a division?
Oh, takes weeks, months, or a couple of years.
That is good. That is excellent. Denton, that is the first time you have ever answered a question.
See? It is no problem. Why didn't you tell us that long ago? That's all we wanted. Respect, cooperation. We're men of our word. You will be rewarded. You will see what a small amount of cooperation will do, Denton.
Tonka. Tonka. Good. Good.
Commander Denton has cooperated. He's a very smart officer. All of you should follow his wise example. We will now bring him extra food rations, which all of you can also have merely by cooperating.
Jerry, you okay? What'd you give them? Question. How long train Army division? Answer. Weeks, months, years.
Good going, Jerry.
No.
victory for them. If broken, refuse favors, back to hard line.
Lieutenant, if that's a Christmas present, you shouldn't have.
It's not a Christmas present. The Independence docked last night. It's Commander Denton's personal belongings. Can I take it inside for you?
No, I'll take it.
Let me get the door for you. Is there anything I can do, Mrs. Denton?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
You all right, Mom? What's that?
It's from the Independence. Your father's personal belongings.
Mom? I'm not going to finish school.
Of course you are.
No, I'm not. As soon as I'm old enough, I'm going to join the Army.
You are not. Now, I'm not going to let you. That is not what your father would want.
I don't know what he wants. He isn't here to help me. Mom, I have to. Dad's not getting enough help out there. I have to try and do something.
You are going to finish school, and you are going on to college as planned. That is what your father would want. And if anything ever happened to you, I don't think I could bear it.
Well, how are you, Denton?
Terrible.
Oh? Did you not enjoy the extra food? He eats nothing.
You have cooperated, Denton. There is nothing wrong with having food to eat. I have some questions for you. Easy questions. I hope you will cooperate. What was the name of your carrier? Where was the carrier based? How many catapults did it have? What types of plane did it carry? You must answer me, Denton! You must continue to cooperate! You would not listen. You would not cooperate. Now you will be moved, and I assure you, you will not like it so well as here. You want light?
See where we get anything?
No talk.
Closer so you can hear me. Oh, don't turn around. Just a couple of steps back. That's good, real good. I'm Alex Vardas. Who are you?
Jeremiah Denton, where are we now?
Kuloff Detention Center. We call this place the zoo. It's a lot worse here than Hanoi Hilton. There's less food, practically no communication. They catch me doing what I'm doing now. They'll take the food away for a week, probably beat the hell out of me, too.
Who's the ranking POW here?
Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Meredith. But they took him into interrogation 3 weeks ago. They've been torturing him ever since they took him out of here. We can hear him screaming. I don't think we're gonna ever see him alive again. What's your rank and date, Jerry?
Commander, 1 July 1962.
Well, this is your lucky day. It looks like you're going to be a new senior officer.
It has been called a masterpiece.
A nightmare.
Horrifying.
Electrifying.
Beautiful.
Terrifying.
Mystical.
Magical.
Incredible.
Insane.
Francis Ford Coppola presents Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, Martin Sheen. Apocalypse Now. Rated R. Check newspapers for a theater near you.
Have you used your Lysol spray today?
With 3 kids, I use it every day. Tonight, for example, we had some fried, and we still have the odors, but not for long. Thanks to Lysol disinfectant spray. Lysol gets rid of sudden odors fast, has a fresh, clean scent that never lingers. And after 3 kids get through in the bathroom, Lysol cleans the air of stuffy, steamy odors. It kills germs on surfaces and mold and mildew. Lysol spray, I count on it. Have you used your Lysol spray today?
Honey, how long are you gonna be in there?
In a minute. These bathroom walls really needed help. So I got new flare squares. Just put them in water and put them up.
Honey?
Just finishing up. Flare squares are easy to handle, even in hard places.
Wow, looks great. How'd you do it?
Easy, with flare squares. Today the bathroom, Tomorrow, the kitchen.
Introducing tough, washable flare squares from DuPont, the easy way to decorate.
What do doctors recommend for pain today? This report shows doctors' #1 choice is the pain reliever in Anacin. 5 million recommendations last year for pain of headache, backache, minor arthritis, and muscle ache. The pain reliever in Anacin is the doctor's #1 choice. Anacin is strong, a special combination of medical ingredients, free of stomach upset for millions everywhere. The pain reliever in Anacin, doctor's #1 choice.
On Real People, join the Man Watchers of America as they vote for their sexiest male, and the centerfolds come to life at the Playmate reunion. Then, a world premiere, Mirror, Mirror, about women desperately trying to change their looks and their lives, starring Loretta Swit,
For the first time in my life, I like myself naked.
Janet Leigh,
I'm not your rival, I'm your daughter.
Lee Meriwether, Robert Vaughn, and Peter Bonners. Mirror, Mirror, right after Real People, Wednesday on NBC.
Must this go on? You will not be able to balance yourself much longer. All we ask is cooperation. This oppressive war goes on much too long now. That is not too much to agree to, is it, Denton? As a humane man, I'm sure you would like to end this war as quickly as possible. I'm sure you will do what we ask to help achieve that.
Well, cooperate, Denton. You're the senior officer of the prisoners here. I know how the other prisoners obey you and follow your lead. Denton. Denton, look what you make us do to you. It has been days since you've had any food or water. You must stop causing other prisoners to resist. Why are you so stubborn? We only ask for cooperation. Why is it so difficult? You're a stubborn man, Denton. But all you succeed in doing is to make me lose my temper. Now, show us cooperation. Will you cooperate, Denton? You think you win, but you do not. Time, your life, the whole world is passing you by. You do not help your cause by forcing us to do this to you. Why are you resisting? Why must you suffer? I know. You think you have suffered badly at my hands. But if you had only cooperated, in any event you choose not to, I told you once we would break your will. I have not done my job well. Now, you will have to deal with a professional who takes pleasure in breaking men.
Listen to me, Denton. This man will hurt you very badly. Maybe he will even kill you. Give in, Denton, give in. He will ask you to make a confession, but it will mean nothing. My government knows it is humiliating for you to make a confession, even if it is forced from you. They hope the humiliation will make you more reasonable, that's all. You have everything to gain, nothing to lose. You'll get food, your treatment will improve in all ways. Please, Denton. Be reasonable.
You're here to learn cooperation.
Who is that? Jerry, this is Frank. Am I glad to see you? I thought they'd killed you for sure this time.
Of course. They broke me. I promised I'd make a confession.
Jerry, listen to me. You're not the Lone Ranger. You know other guys have broken too.
I'm afraid to God they kill me. And I'd die before I broke.
You can't die. That's an order.
Yeah, they're gonna clean me up and show me off to the press. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I can't take any more of this.
Commander Denton. My name is Ito Komura. I am a reporter with the Japanese news service. I am going to ask you some questions. The camera will be operating, and you should please answer truthfully.
I will answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Good. Very good.
Administration building.
Hadley said you should watch the news just like that.
Just like that. The film only came in from Japan about 3 hours ago. Naval intelligence hasn't even seen it yet. They just know it's going to be on the news tonight.
Japanese news agency has
Mom, this is it.
Smuggled out of Hanoi by one of their cameramen. Included in it are portions of an interview with an American prisoner of war, Commander Jeremiah Denton. Now, Commander Denton was interviewed in Hanoi, where he'd been held prisoner for more than 3 years, since being shot down in July of 1965.
Commander Denton, as an American pilot, we know that you have taken part in the bombing raids on the North Vietnamese mainland.
Yes, it is, Mary Beth.
Now that you have had 3 years to reevaluate your action, what is your feelings towards your government's bombing policy? Commander Denton, I asked, what are your feelings towards your government's bombing policy?
I don't really know what's going on in the war now because the only sources of information I have are North Vietnamese. But whatever the position of my government is, I support it, and I will continue to support it for as long as I live.
Look at this business with his eyes. You notice anything?
Sure, the poor guy, he's been on a vitamin A deficient diet for so long, his eyes can't take the light.
What you're really saying is he's blinking a lot.
Yeah, we can safely say that.
Okay, now watch it carefully. Now watch. How's your Morse code? Quick blinks dots, long blinks dashes.
You're right. Denton sending Morris.
Okay, that's T. O. R. T. Q. R. E. Over and over again. Torture. That's what he's sending. A message to us. Admiral Cawley, please.
Must have been strange seeing Jerry like that. I keep thinking, what if it were Bill?
Did you see what he looked like? What they have done to him? Who knows what he's been through? And now that he has defied them like that by saying that, I'm afraid they're really going to kill him now. And the awful thing is that he is going through this terrible hell, and I can't help him. I feel so helpless all the time I could scream. Go ahead. Scream. Why don't we all scream at the top of our lungs? Nancy, we have been quiet too long.
I'm going home to call the others. A whole group of POWYs can apply a lot more pressure than just the two of us. Bye.
Goodbye.
Nothing can get rid of these odors like Carpet Fresh. Rover, who's all over. The old fogey Stokey. The damn musties. Once these odors are in your rug, they're in your room. So you need Airwick Carpet Fresh. Sprinkle Carpet Fresh powder on, wait a few minutes, vacuum. Carpet Fresh overcomes the source of odors like nothing else. Your room has a fresh, clean smell. Carpet Fresh, the one and only.
I shopped around before I came to Midas. I went to this gas station and said, "Is your bargain muffler guaranteed?" He says, "Then it wouldn't be a bargain." So I went to another station and said, "Is your bargain muffler guaranteed?" He says,
What's the matter, pal? Don't you trust me?
"What looked like a bargain was no bargain. Midas gave me a good price and a guarantee. If anything goes wrong, they replace my muffler free as long as I'm on my car. It pays to Midas size."
Sinus pain. It usually hits you in the morning. A wave of sinus pressure, surging sinus pain. If you're not getting the kind of relief you want, discover today's Dristan tablets. Dristan gives you maximum strength to drain all sinus cavities, to reduce sinus pressure, plus extra medicine to relieve sinus pain. Today's Dristan, maximum strength for sinus congestion, extra medicine for sinus pain.
When bronchial asthma strikes, take Primatene Mist. Seconds count. Primatene, the fastest type relief known for occasional attacks, restores free breathing in as fast as 15 seconds. Or to keep breathing freely for hours, Primatene tablets. In the lungs, Primatene opens clogged breathing tubes, relaxes bronchial spasms, restores free breathing. Primatene Mist, the fastest type relief known. Primatene tablets contains the asthma relievers doctors prescribe most.
NBC Theater will return following these messages.
What makes Teddy run? A look at the senator's power base and some of the people who control the Kennedy machine. Tomorrow's special segment on NBC Nightly News.
This is a News Center 5 update with Chuck Henry, sponsored by Standard Oil.
Good evening. Industry sources are predicting a 5% shortage in gasoline in the state of Illinois this month, and milk prices are going up again. Mayor Byrne says the Cook County Democratic Party will probably support President Carter's re-election bid, this while greeting First Lady Rosalind Carter, who was in town for the Columbus Day Parade. We'll be back with more news in a moment.
An energy message from Amoco.
Remember when you could get 2 bags of groceries for what you now pay for one? Obviously, there are many causes of inflation. One of the most significant has been the huge jump in the cost of imported oil. The people at Amoco want to produce more American oil to help fight the inflation caused by foreign oil. The money spent for American oil stays in America. And that's a good way to help preserve the value of your dollar. America runs better on American oil.
New questions tonight about the estate of the late Fire Commissioner Robert Quinn. We'll have the full story tonight at 10.
I mean to tell you, if I don't have that package here by tomorrow, I'm out of business.
Next time, send it Federal Express.
Chrysler and GM end dealer incentive and rebates, but not Ford. Save $200, $500, up to $1,000. Save on every '79 Ford in stock. LTDs, Thunderbirds, pickups, Fiestas, vans, Mustangs. Every '79 Ford car and truck in stock. But hurry, this offer ends October 11th. Only, repeat, only Ford dealers offer these savings, and only until October 11th. See your local Ford dealer today.
When Hell Was in Session continues, starring Hal Holbrook and Eva Marie Saint.
Hello, this is Hanoi Hannah with all the best music in Southeast Asia. Before we get to that, I've got real news for you. You all know Jeremiah Denton. Well, his conscience has just gotten the best of him, and he has just voluntarily confessed all his crimes. All you other war criminals could do yourself a favor by doing the same thing. Now, in case you fellas have any doubts, here's the war criminal himself.
My name is Jeremiah Denton. I am an imperialist war criminal.
American war criminal Jeremiah Denton. Now, you criminals all think about it for a while, and also think about making your own confessions.
And therefore, we feel we've been quiet for too long. Something has got to be done to bring our husbands home. And we mean just as soon as possible.
Mrs. Phillips, I assure you, I assure all of you, that the President, in fact, all of us, are not unsympathetic to your husband's plight. We've evaluated all the information available to us, and we sincerely feel that the best thing we can all do, as hard as it is nothing. Now, once this terrible war is over, then...
I'm sorry, Mr. Williams. If we wait until this war is over, and who knows how many years that's going to be, if we wait that long, I think most of our husbands are going to be dead. My name is Jane Denton. I imagine you've seen the newsreel film of my husband. No matter what the North Vietnamese say, my husband was tortured. Jerry was tortured. He would never get up in front of the media like that. And now that he has said what he did, I'm not even sure he is still alive.
None of us knows what's happening to our husbands. One letter every year or two is all any of us ever get. 6 scribbled lines. No more, no less, of anything the North Vietnamese will let them send.
The more our government builds this up as a public issue, the higher the price the North Vietnamese will demand for the release of your husbands. And you always run the risk of even worse retaliation against them. Have you considered that?
Our husbands are being tortured and starved to death. What more can the North Vietnamese do to them? If you can't help them, we have to. Any way we can.
Okay, let's take another look at it.
Denton, I'm truly sorry. I had hoped we could begin a new era of cooperation. But no, you persist in your communications. As soon as we break one code, you devise another. We have decided no matter what we do, you will not stop your foolish resistance. Your insistence in this code of conduct you try to maintain. That is why we must deal with you once and for all.
That's really not going to stop anything. You can kill me.
We're not murderers, Denton.
Well, whatever it is you're going to do to me won't change anything. The next senior officer will simply take my place, that's all. If you get rid of him, the next man will take his place.
Perhaps.
Hello, this is Nancy Chudy. My husband's a prisoner.
Yes, hello, this is Francis Parker. And my husband is a prisoner of war in North Vietnam. Together,
Why I'm calling is we'd like to set up a petition signing drive outside your theater. We're trying to get as many signatures as possible so we can send them to the North Vietnamese to let them see that the POWs have not been forgotten. Yes, we have city permission. That's very good of you. The number is 555-3000. Yes, thank you very much. Oh, Jerry, do you know anything about fixing a mimeograph machine?
I'd like to try.
You're hired.
Mom, can I talk to you a minute?
Sure.
I signed up for the Army today. I'm going to train for helicopter duty. Now, Mom, I know we've talked about it, and I know how you feel, but it's what I want to do. It's what I have to do.
Jerry, it is just too much. It is so unfair.
But look at you and what you're doing. Now, if I didn't try and something bad happened, Mom, please understand me. please.
Jane, there's someone on the line that wants to talk to you about setting up a booth at his theater.
We're trying to be willing to work on these departments and together with some other delegations in Paris to help with the news allocation. And we were hoping that we could set up a table outside your hotel and get as many petitions.
Hello. Yes, next Wednesday will be fine.
Vâng. Sấn nó vào trong. Vâng.
How do you like your new home, Denton? No one can live in a place like this. No one. And your leg irons stay on all the time. You have finally arrived, Denton. Home. Commander J. Denton, to senior officer.
No seniors here in Alcatraz, just us die-hard war criminals.
Identify.
Lieutenant J.G. Michael Bryan.
Brian, this is Vardis. I'm glad you're alive.
Vardis, how are you?
Lousy. I think they're getting to me.
Hang in there. We've got to be going home soon.
Like hell we do. This war is gonna last forever. Nobody cares about us. They don't even know we're still out here.
Fred, this cold is killing me.
Are you in luck? Here are those new all-purpose cold medicines.
I'd feel better with Contact.
Look, helps sneezing, dripping.
Contact does that and longer.
Postnasal drip, congestion.
Contact does that and longer. Even flu's congestion.
Plus certain things for aches and cough.
And alcohol I don't care to take. And Contact chose not to use.
I'll level with you. I take Contact myself.
Now you tell me.
Contact helps all your congestive symptoms and helps them longer.
did not have to go to jail. Do you understand? He did not have to go to jail.
Mr. Kirkland, you are out of order.
You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole trial is out of order. Something really wrong is going on here.
Al Pacino and Justice for All from Columbia Pictures, rated R. Starts Friday, October 19th at a selected theater near you.
I'll beat him. I'm wearing my lucky shirt.
Dad, you mean ring around the collar helps your tennis game? You've got ring around the collar.
Those dirty rings. I tried sprays, I tried powders, then I discovered whisk. Whisk is strong enough to get a ring around the collar and your whole wash load clean. You'll beat him this time.
Even without the ring around my collar.
Whisk, strong enough to get ring around the collar and your whole wash clean.
It's Frisky's buffet. What cat walks away? These cats might get nudged, but they won't walk away.
With 20 delicious flavors, how could they walk away from Frisky's Buffet Cat Dinner?
What cat walks away from Frisky's buffet? These cats never walked away.
NBC Theater will return following these messages.
The evil seductress Charisse plot to destroy New Chicago, and even Buck may not be able to stop them.
I say we kill him now.
Buck Rogers, then Quincy goes on a desperate hunt to save the victims of kiddie porn.
We gotta stop him before he does any more damage.
Quincy at its new time right after Buck Rogers.
Oh, Toffee Fay, that's for me.
You only think it's for you. Toffee Fay, it's too good for kids.
Kid, I'm one of your top reporters.
Toffee Fay is made for grown-ups. Listen, kiddo, Toffee Fay is a little cup of creamy caramel, a roasted hazelnut, delicious chocolate nougat, and dark chocolate on top. Why, it's all the candies you like in one.
I know.
Toffee Fay, it's too good for kids. But you are some kid.
Aw, thanks, Chief.
Home economist Hillary Guild.
When you're looking for something different to serve, try Lewis Rich turkey breasts with wild rice. Delicious.
Looks terrific, Hillary.
With Lewis Rich, I buy only the parts I need, like breasts or drumsticks. And they're fresh, not frozen. That makes the difference.
Tastes terrific, Hillary.
Nutritious Lewis Rich turkey parts. Different and delicious.
Lewis Rich turkey products.
Rich in taste, rich in nutrition.
Property disappearing off the floor at McCormick Place. We'll have the story tonight at 10.
When Hell Was in Session continues, starring Hal Holbrook and Eva Marie Saint.
Artist, you read me?
Dreaming. Died and went to hell. You know what hell was like? Just like this place.
You okay?
Yeah, sure. I'm dying. Never going home, never gonna see my wife and kid again. Except for that, everything's fine.
Artist, you are going home. All going home. Can't give up.
Jerry, you're a religious man. You're always praying. Pray for me. Pray I die. I can't go through any more of this.
Artist, hang on. Please, don't give up.
Jerry, please. Pray for me.
you very much.
Good morning. Thank you. We'd sure appreciate it if you'd sign our petition.
Why? I mean, your husbands are all officers, aren't they?
Yes, but the petition is for the release of all American prisoners in North Vietnam.
Why doesn't it just say stop the war? I mean, what's your stand on that? That's what it's all about, isn't it?
We're talking about people. Our husbands are prisoners, and they're suffering terribly. And we would like you to help us get them home safely. Now, from all the information we can gather, this is all they have to eat every day. Taste it. It's a North Vietnamese recipe called pumpkin soup.
Oh.
It's the rind of the pumpkin boiled. That's all they have to eat every day.
Yeah, I guess I do have it pretty tough.
Artist, you read me? Artist, please listen. We've come so far. We've been through so much. All of us. You can't give up now. Keep communicating. Got to keep trying to stay alive.
Jerry, I have a little baby girl, Cindy. I lost track of how old. 6, maybe 7. If you ever get out, something you got to do for me. Go see her, Jerry. Hold her and kiss her for me.
Consider it done. Dear God, we commend the spirit of Alec Bardis to your eternal love and care. He was a good, decent man. And he suffered so terribly. Now, never to see his wife. Please, God. Let's look. Let's repair this.
We've knocked on all the doors we can. We've had as many petitions signed as we could fill out.
But it still isn't enough.
Everybody's kind to us, and they care. At least they say they do.
Now, face it, it's not a subject people want to hear about. And the whole war, police action, bugs us. Look what happened to Johnson.
Our husbands are where they are, going through what they are, because our country sent them out there. I think we just have to reach more people. A lot more. More than we can by ourselves.
For instance, the newspapers.
Yes. Yes.
Wire service copy, maybe magazines. Really go public.
Yes.
Now, I mean public, and that means you, Mrs. Denton. You'll all be part of it, but you're the one to key it on. Your husband's the one people saw and read about. You prepared for that?
Yes.
Okay. I want to know what it's like for you, how it feels, what it takes to be mother, father, whole thing. Think you can give me that?
Sure. Thank you.
Well, I hope you can say that a few months from now. Because once you go public, no pulling back. I mean, you become public property. Understood?
Understood.
I guess I'm going off the deep end, Jerry. You know what I was just thinking about?
An ice cream soda.
How did you know?
Me too. Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Before we talk some more about your organization and what it is you're trying to do, there's one question I'd like to ask, if I may, and it's interesting to me because both your husbands were shot down at the same time. That was again...
July 18th, 1965.
That's almost 6 years ago. That's a long time.
Yes, it is.
And in all that time, have you never, looked in another man? Well, after all, it is a natural question, and one I think the viewers would like to hear about.
We love our husbands, and we miss them. And that's why we're here, to get them back home.
Of course. Well, I'd like to thank you ladies for being with me.
We haven't finished.
Oh, you don't understand. We have to go to a commercial.
You don't understand. We are the commercial.
I know it, guys. Just a minute. Let's go to the phones. I'm sure the people out there have a lot of questions they would like to ask you.
Evening, Tom.
Good evening.
I want you ladies to know I respect what you're doing, but I don't think you have a hope in hell. What I mean is, those people are animals. Just animals. Don't you agree?
Last month, our national group sent several representatives to the North Vietnamese delegation in Paris. It wasn't easy, but they did get in and present our petition to them. It had over 500,000 signatures on it.
What makes you think they can even read?
Thank you for calling. Let's take the next question.
Am I on?
You're on.
I'd like to get back to that question you raised, Tom. A lot of us out here feel lonely for a lot of reasons. And I, for one, would like to know how you ladies deal with the problem.
I think we pretty well answered that.
Excuse me, I would like to talk about that. I haven't seen my husband for 6 years. I don't even know if he gets most of the letters I write to him. I wish we were sharing something other than this terrible ordeal. But I think we are sharing it and helping each other in spite of everything. We've always been a team. There are times when I feel he is so close to me. So close that he can feel my love for him and the children's love. If I didn't feel that, I would have given up a long time ago. I hope that helps you.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, hug a little longer, state your case a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness lasts right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on while you chew it. Say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
Wait till you see what they did to my car.
With the Cordoba, we went back to the drawing boards. We wanted to get the gas mileage up, but not at the expense of the styling.
Introducing the totally redesigned Chrysler Cordoba. All the luxury you expect is here. But so is gas mileage. You can have high style and good mileage. The new Cordoba proves it. I like what they've done to my car.
When you've got a headache, what does extra strength mean to you?
It means a crummy headache won't ruin your day. It means Excedrin.
Extra strength means relief is in sight. Extra strength means Excedrin.
Extra strength means not feeling the pain anymore. Extra strength means Excedrin.
Excedrin, the extra strength pain reliever. More total strength than any regular strength aspirin or non-aspirin tablet. Excedrin, for millions of people.
Extra strength means Excedrin.
Helen, what did you do to Bert while we were on vacation? Look, he's not eating his dry food.
He may never go back to dry.
What else is there?
Purina Moist and Chunky.
Purina Moist and Chunky?
Unlike dry, Moist and Chunky dog food has moist, meaty-tasting chunks dogs love. You can even slice it.
Bert, you're sure you won't go back to dry?
Nutritious Purina Dog Chow, moist and chunky. One try and your dog may never go back to dry.
Friday, Mrs. Garrett's in love with a younger man.
Yeah, she won't know whether to kiss him or burp him.
And Arnold's out to stop the wedding on Different Strokes. Then Larry's ex pays a visit. But guess who's sleeping in his bed?
If you don't like the pajamas, I'll take them off.
Hello, Larry. Then Lauren Bacall's one of the wealthy, beautiful people. And Jim Rockford's hooked for better or worse.
Somebody's trying to kill her.
It's a special 2-hour Rockford Files. Right after Different Strokes and Hello, Larry. Friday on NBC.
Hey, Jerry. Is that where I think it is?
You bet it is. We're bombing targets around Hanoi. Not tactically either. Sounds like big stuff. B-52s.
Believe it.
Hello?
Oh, Jane, it's Ed. Did I wake you?
No, I couldn't sleep. I was sitting here reading. What is it?
Well, it's good news. The story just came in. Kissinger is going over to Paris to take personal charge of the peace talks, and the North Vietnamese delegation has agreed to discuss release of the POWs.
Oh, Ed. Maybe that means they'll all be coming home soon.
I hope so. But don't get your hopes up too high when you tell the others.
I'll try not to, but it won't be easy.
Well, it does look good. But we've been there before. Just remember that. Gotta go. Bye.
danger, sir. Oh. I see you,
Who's that fellow over there?
Be quiet. Come with me. You stay.
Sit down, Denton.
This is a request, Commander, not an order. Would you care for some tea? Please, I insist. It is good tea. We have been enemies and have tried to destroy each other, each in his own way. I, other officers, many of our guards. In our rage, we have allowed our angers to lead us down paths that are not in keeping with our civilized Vietnamese tradition. I have been required to make public self-criticism for my mistakes and have promised from now on prisoner treatment will be humane. My future deeds will prove that my words are true. Please, drink your tea, Denton. We will begin a new era of understanding. Once you and other prisoners are well and healthy again, then all things are possible. I have not said this before because we're enemies. But you're a man to be admired, Denton.
I want to hold a religious service. A formal religious service for all the men.
You're a stubborn man, Denton.
May the Lord bless us and keep us. May he make his countenance to shine upon us and give us peace, now and evermore. Amen.
Amen.
And the Lord said to Satan, "See my servant Job, a perfect and upright man, who reveres God and turns away from evil." And Satan answered, "All that a man has, he will give for his life to save. Let me put forth my hand now and crush Job's flesh and bone, and he will curse you to your face." And Satan smote Job from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head most cruelly. And Job fell to the ground and worshiped the Lord, saying, "I have received the Lord's blessing. See, though I have delivered my servant Job into your hands to test him. We haven't finished yet. He has not sinned, nor has he taken the Lord's name in vain. Hold hands. And bless him all the rest of the days of his life. Hold on. And
breath and lost him all the rest of the days of his life. And he led a long life and saw him.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming
of the Lord. He is trampling out.
Alley!
The wrath stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Mom, you're gonna be late. You gotta get to the airport.
Now, the refrigerator is full of food. Now, if you need anything, just go down. Just go down to that market and get anything
Come on,
you
Mom.
want.
House looks
But I
fine.
don't want
We gotta
any of
go.
you
We're
out
gonna
till
be
all
late.
hours. I want everybody in this house by 11 o'clock, all right?
What about me? I'm grown up and I'm
No,
married.
you two in the house by 11 o'clock. Now, you take care of yourself. I'm Mary Beth.
Come on, we're late.
And your father and I will be back in a few days. Come on, Jim.
Hey, Jerry, look. Wow, that isn't the prettiest bird I ever did see. I'm not gonna believe it till I'm on board.
I'm not gonna believe it till it's up in the air.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Bill.
Well, it's a long time since we flew that last mission.
7.5 years.
You look like hell.
You don't look like you've been to a picnic either.
What's funny? We got shot down together. We don't see each other for 7.5 years. And here we are together again.
Come on, let's go home. Commander Jeremiah Denton reporting back to duty.
We are honored to have had the opportunity to serve our country under difficult circumstances. We are profoundly grateful to our Commander-in-Chief and to our nation for this day. God bless America.
Want to support the 1980 U.S. Olympic team in Moscow and win a big prize? Come on, enter the Lysol Products Olympic Sweepstakes at your participating retailer. The makers of Lysol will donate $5 per entry to the U.S. Olympic team, up to $100,000. And you can win as grand prize a trip for two to Moscow. It's just one of 1,980 prizes. Your participating retailer has all the details. Get in the running.
In 1971, millions of women got up off their knees, threw down their brushes, and started doing their floors the easy way, because Mop and Glow revolutionized floor care.
Today, Mop and Glow revolutionizes itself. Introducing new improved Mop and Glow. Improved with new clean and shine ingredients. Just damp mop as usual, but now you get a cleaner shine, a brighter shine. New improved Mop and Glow. Another change for the better.
There's no mystery about douches. My mom told me about Mass & Gill disposables.
Do you like them?
Yes. I like Mass & Gill freshness. They're pre-mixed, pre-measured, easy, and they're made with a special design.
That is a clever design.
Only Mass & Gill has it. Mass & Gill disposable helps me feel Mass & Gill fresh.
Mass & Gill freshness. Sounds good.
2 fragrances and vinegar and water, the ingredients many doctors recommend. Mass & Gill freshness, made easy.
I don't care what everybody's using. You're using a fluoride paste to fight cavities.
But, Mom, I need this gel for fresh breath.
Pardon me, my family uses new double protection Aquafresh.
Aquafresh gives you all the cavity-fighting fluoride of the leading paste and all the breath freshener of the leading gel. Concentrated in one toothpaste.
Fluoride for fighting cavities.
And gel for fresh breath.
Thanks. We'll get Aquafresh, too.
New double protection Aquafresh fights cavities and freshens breath.
Tomorrow night, Lobo and Perkins shanghai some strippers, turn them into cheerleaders, and kick off some of the wackiest action you've ever seen on The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo. Then, the hit comedy about growing up in the 60s. Richard Dreyfuss, Ronnie Howard, and Suzanne Summers star in American Graffiti. Tomorrow on NBC. Later tonight, don't miss The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Patty Duke Aston and Melissa Gilbert star in The Miracle Worker, Sunday.
More exclusive revelations tonight about the last days of Fire Commissioner Robert Quinn. Evidence that money and property he owned disappeared from the accounting sheets.
Property has been disappearing off the floor over at McCormick Place. The conventioneers are mighty upset about that. Also tonight, we'll tell you about Mayor Byrne and her anger about the way the parking facility is being run out at O'Hare Airport.
important announcement in preventive dentistry. For the first time, you can see how plaque, cavity-causing material, builds up on teeth in just one day. To help prevent the cavities this material can cause, a biodental team has designed the Reach toothbrush. Reach is angled like a dental instrument to reach back teeth. Bi-level bristles clean between teeth and gums to help clean away the buildup of dangerous cavity-causing material. Reach from Johnson & Johnson to help prevent cavities.
From space-age technology comes Polyglycoat. Polyglycoat lusterizing sealant penetrates deep into your automobile finish. Never wax again. Our textile sealant and vinyl shield coat and protect. Our rust-proofing is warranted 7 years, proved best by independent laboratories. Polyglycoat Sound Shield gives your car a quieter ride. Polyglycoat space-age products available only at new car dealers.
Get ready. Red Lobster's building a seafood lover's dream. Starting with broiled lobster, deep-sea scallops, shrimp, fillet of fish, and deviled crab. That's right, all on one plate. Red Lobster's broiled fisherman's platter. It's not a dream, you seafood lover, you. Oh, wait till you taste it.
Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
David Letterman is Johnny's guest host tonight following News Center 5. This is the 10 o'clock edition of News Center 5 with Jim Ruddle at the anchor desk and Chuck Henry. And Carol Marine, who has the night off. Sports with Greg Gumbel. And all the latest weather with Jim Tillman.
Good evening, I'm Jim Ruddle.
And I'm Chuck Henry.
Well, News Center 5 has learned exclusively that among those kept in the dark when the late Fire Commissioner Robert Quinn died were his heirs. And Dick Kay explains what that's all about, Dick.
Well, Jim, our legal counsel tells us that if an heir questions the way an executor is handling an estate, that heir may ask the court to remove the executor and appoint a neutral administrator. Michael Daly is the executor for the late Fire Commissioner Robert Quinn's estate. We have raised questions about how at least $250,000 in Quinn's property in cash was handled. Tonight, it appears that Quinn's heir wasn't even told about all the personal property owned by Quinn. According to the inventory of Commissioner Quinn's estate filed in probate court by Michael Daly, Quinn had very little personal property, only $750 worth of furniture in his apartment at Marina City, some jewelry, and several vehicles. But Quinn owned this farm in Walworth County, Wisconsin, which was completely furnished, and there is no mention of any of those furnishings in the inventory. Before he died, Quinn allegedly made his aide, Bill Quinn, joint owner of the farm, but the deed applies only to real estate. The law says any furnishings or other personal property not attached should be inventoried and made a part of the estate. The same is true of any personal property in this house in Skokie. Quinn owned this house too, and allegedly had made Patricia Daly Thompson joint owner of the house just before his death. But again, that deed applies only to the house, not to its furnishings. Yet there are no furnishings listed in the inventory. According to Cecilia Charnack, it was beautifully furnished. She was Quinn's cousin and often visited her Aunt Nellie at the Skokie home. She told us about Nellie's property.
She had about, I would say about 3 shelves full of beautiful Dresden pieces that Robert had brought from Europe. And she had several Hummels. And she had beautiful oil paintings from Germany that Robert had brought.
Dresden collection, what is Dresden? Can you explain what they were?
They're an exquisite china figurine.
Dresden, is it very expensive? I mean, is...
Oh, Dresden, it's out of this world expensive. It's, I would say that had to be worth thousands of dollars, all the pieces she had. They were beautiful. And, many nice carved chairs. My other aunt had given her 2 of these carved chairs, such as the Louis XIV type with the needlepoint seat. I always loved those, and carved fern table. And several television sets. I used to say, Aunt Nellie, how do you watch, what are you going to watch 5 televisions all at once? And she laughed. One was practically brand new. I don't think it was ever out of the box.
Anyone claiming this property described by Mrs. Charnack apparently would have to prove Quinn gave it to them before he died if it was not in the inventory, and it was not. Ironically, when Nellie Quinn died, Commissioner Quinn himself never claimed his mother's personal property for tax purposes. There is one more question about Quinn's assets. 7 years before Quinn's mother Nellie died, she had inherited almost $60,000 in stocks and cash. When she died, her estate went to Quinn. But if anything was left when Nellie died, Quinn didn't declare it to the Attorney General's office for tax purposes. Tonight, producer Joe Howard tried to ask Senator Richard Daley about his joint bank accounts with Quinn and the rest of the estate, but Daley wasn't talking.
Senator, how you doing?
How are you? Good.
Pretty good. Say, I wonder if we could ask you about this Quinn story we've been doing over.
Well, I'll handle that later on.
When?
I'm here at an appropriate time.
Tonight?
We really don't know. I'm on a sales tax question.
We'll have more on Quinn's medical condition tomorrow night at 10. Jim, Chuck?
Maybe then we'll learn when the appropriate time is. The federal government says it will leave Chicago out in the cold when it comes to emergency snow clearing funds. They say that the new guidelines limit the amount that they can help Chicago. Meanwhile, tomorrow, Mayor